you doing? I thought today I could just do another thing where I tuck you into bed and just talk to you for a little bit, in case you just wanted a little company as you're trying to fall asleep. So, as per usual, I've got a blanket here. It is a sleeping bag, I'm sorry. It's the only thing I've got to give you, but it's better than nothing. So let's just tuck you in there. There we go. Nice and tucked in. And of course, do actually tuck yourself into bed right now. I can't do it for you. But yeah, I have a couple of things I wanted to chat to you about, and hopefully help you fall asleep whilst you listen to me. I'll probably repeat some words. Like usual. Yeah, I guess let's get started. I just want you to first just sort of relax, lay back, make sure you are laying down or something, or I guess you could be in your chair if that is something you want to do as well. But yeah, just make sure you're relaxed and comfy. As you know, hopefully by the end of this, you'll be asleep. I'll probably start with some softer whispering to you, and soft spoken, and then go into sort of really gentle and quiet. Really gentle and quiet. I'll probably go into really gentle and quiet whispering by the end. It's been raining quite a bit lately. For me, it's turning into winter. It's turning into winter here. So we're getting a lot more rain happening, which I am ecstatic. I'm ecstatic about. I love the rainy seasons. It's so much more like calm and cozy and like welcoming. Especially here, it can get to about like 42 degrees Celsius in summer, which is not fun. It's not a fun time. So I'm very happy that it's been raining this past week. But today, for some reason, it didn't rain. It's been raining all week, and I was hoping while you're trying to fall asleep here, we might get a little bit of light. We might get a little bit of light rain sounds. But no, it just didn't want to do it at all for me today. So, oh well. But, yes, rain's sort of my favorite thing. Often I'll find myself outside more when it's raining than when it's like a sunny day or just like a normal day. Often, like, I hear the rain, I'll be, here, and I'll hear the rain, and immediately get up, go outside, like, make a cup of tea, sit out there with a book and just, like, listen to the rain, watch it, read my book, drink some tea. It's quite the relaxing thing to do for me. One of my favorite ways to pass the time. It's a favorite pastime of mine, just watching rain and listening to the rain. I actually kind of have a stupid story, I guess you could say, of walking home one day in with the rain absolutely pissing it down, like super heavy. And I tell people that I've done this, and they're like, "You're insane. Why would you risk getting sick like that?" And I was just like, I don't know. I like walking in the rain. It's fun. But what had happened was it was like a weekend where I had gone to see, what was it? It was the Jason Bourne 1 and 2. I saw Jason Bourne 1 and 2 with my best mate and his brother. But because it was a double feature they were putting on, the film didn't end until about like 1 a.m. in the morning. So we had caught the bus to the theatre to watch the film. But at that time of night there are no buses, and the movie theatre was about like an hour's walk from, or like an hour and like 20-minute walk from my house. It was like an hour and 20-minute walk from where I live. So we just decided, screw it, we're gonna walk home. And then, for whatever reason, it decided to absolutely throw it down raining. It wasn't even like it was predicted that it would rain that day or that night either. At least we didn't check. We didn't check beforehand. But luckily I had brought an umbrella with me. I took my backpack and it just happened to have an umbrella. So I was extremely lucky that when it decided to start pissing down with rain, I was able to take out my umbrella, this tiny little one-person umbrella, and all three of us are huddled underneath it, with it bucketing down. It was bucketing down rain, with three of us underneath this one umbrella, walking for about an hour and 20 minutes, just in the middle of the night, absolutely soaking wet, just to get home so we could, go to bed, have a shower and go to bed. It was kind of stupid of us, really. Like, I would never recommend anybody go out in the middle of the night and walk in the rain. However, it's a fond memory I have, and to be honest, I would probably do it again if given the opportunity. I would probably do it again. I would definitely do it again. Not that I recommend you do it. No, please just stay there and don't risk getting sick. But something fun that I enjoy and remember. But yeah, so it's been raining a bit. So I'm enjoying myself because it's always a favorite time of mine when it starts raining. That's not to say that I'm not like an outdoorsy person when the sun is out. I do go out there and do some things, but usually I'm indoors, and then when the rain comes is when I'm outdoors. I often find I play a bit of like solo basketball sometimes for a bit of like exercise, and quite often it'll be raining and I'll just go out and shoot hoops in the rain. Is something that I'll do. I don't know how obvious I can make it. I very much like the rain, and it doesn't make me sick. I've never gotten sick from being in the rain. I'm pretty sure that's just like a myth. I'm pretty sure it's a myth that you get sick in the rain. If you already have like a cold, and then you're getting wet, and that's making you cold, that would risk making you worse. But there are times that I've literally just like sat out in the rain and then been fine. So I don't know, maybe I've just got a good immune system or something. time spent practicing has dropped drastically. My time studying has dropped drastically. Over the past month, actually for the past couple of years, it's sort of slowly been declining. It's hard to study a language when there's no one you can speak it to. So as I am in Australia, and the language that I am trying to teach myself is Japanese, there's not a lot of Japanese speaking people in Australia. I personally only know one person who fluently speaks Japanese, and it's like a work colleague of mine, and I'm not going to bother her while she's, doing her job to try and practice my Japanese. It doesn't seem fair, so I don't really have anyone I can talk to in the language to try and better my pronunciation. And my expand my vocabulary. I do have Duolingo, and I'll do Duolingo daily, but it's gotten to the point where I'm only doing one or maybe 2 lessons a day, which really doesn't teach you anything. It's kind of just keeping a refresher in your brain of the words that you know. So I'm not learning anything new, and I'm not getting better at the words that I already know. So I'm kind of a little disappointed in myself that I'm not able to better study. I'm not able to better study. That sounds odd. I'm not able to study the Japanese that I want to learn more efficiently, I guess, would be a way to put that. I did, back when COVID was happening and we had lockdown here, I had a bit of spare time, as most of us did, and so I got a copy of Genki, which is a study book that people use to learn Japanese, and I was dedicating about an hour a day towards learning Japanese from Genki. But I dropped that after about 3 months of doing that, mainly because lockdown sort of eased up, and then I didn't have as much spare time on my hand. And dedicating an hour a day to something is quite a lot of time. It takes up a large portion of your day, especially when you work full-time hours, and then you come home and you're tired from work, and then you force yourself to study. It's a bit tough, to say the least. So yeah, I've gotten really bad at it. My Japanese has not improved at all. So I'm hoping, I did mention last time that I taught you whilst you were falling asleep. I did mention last time, whilst you were falling asleep, that I wanted to set a new goal for myself. And I think it might be something to do with my Japanese studying. I might try and set a goal that's be able to have a conversation with someone, be able to speak a conversation to someone, and hopefully get by without needing to use a dictionary or any sort of translator that I use to help understand what I'm saying or what they're saying. So I think that might be, I don't know how I definition of what I want to do. So I don't know how I'll set a goal for that that's achievable. But at the very least, I can, start trying to better my understanding of the language. I was gonna speak some Japanese there, but I'm kind of worried that my pronunciation will be bad, so I don't want to. But oh well, I guess I won't do that. Actually, you know what? If you are still awake, it's been a little bit of time, but if you are still awake and you'd want to, listen to me speak some Japanese sometime, I might be able to prep a little something for you and come back and talk to you in a little bit of Japanese sometime, if that's something you're interested in. I don't know if you've noticed, I've been kind of blocking it, but up here I have Ponyo facing you. The reason being, I recently watched Ponyo. So last time I was talking about House Moving Castle, which I also bought. I now have the Blu-ray. For House Moving Castle as well. I haven't opened it yet because I've already seen the film. But yeah, so last time I watched that. And then this time, a couple days ago, I watched Ponyo for the first time. I had seen the first 10, 20 minutes of the film before. I had seen the first 10 to 15 minutes of the film before. But I had never sat down and watched the whole thing. So I got to do that this past weekend. So that was pretty fun. I'm not sure how I feel in ranking. I'm not sure how I feel in the ranking of all the Ghibli films I've seen. But it was definitely really sweet. I think the fact that the main characters were children made it a lot more well, I don't want to say childish because that's obvious, but it was a lot more cutesy, I guess. It was a lot more fun and light-hearted than some of the other Ghibli films that there are. Also, if it's not, someone was telling me last time, it's so in Japanese it's Giburi. No, wait, what was it? Oh no, I've forgotten. I'm gonna have to look at the spelling. Give me a second. So it's Studio Ghibli. So in Japanese, it's Ghibli. But I always say Ghibli when it feels very much like it's based on, I don't want to get my facts wrong, but there was a period of time where there was a lot of flooding in Japan. There was tsunamis and stuff like that, which I think there was like a massive tsunami in like 2011, but there was also some other flooding disasters before that. It sort of feels like that film, Ponyo, is sort of a direct response, or like what's the word, like Miyazaki's like a way of expressing how he feels about what was going on or something like that. That's all my speculation. That's all my speculation. If he's done interviews where he's actually talked about stuff like that, I would be interested to know. Because just watching the film without knowing any context behind, why he made it, that would be my guess. It feels like it was him putting on screen like his thoughts and emotions behind something that was happening in the country. But a good film, very good film. It was a good film. Ponyo was very, very good. I got some really good news today. I guess I'll talk to you about this at the end here. People, it's the last thing I talk to you about, as it has been a little bit now since I started talking. So I'll try to be a lot softer. I'll try to be a lot softer with you. A lot quieter. And a lot more gentle in my tone. As I don't want to wake anyone. I don't want to wake anyone. And I don't want to wake you if you have fallen asleep. But I got some good news today. If you don't know the book series that sits behind here, these white books up there. If you don't know, I've told you about them before. But it's the light novel series for my favorite piece of media from Japan, which is ReZero. I love ReZero. Like, it's my favorite thing, I'd say. And so I've read, this is all the English light novel translations of the Japanese light novels. And so I've read all of those. Sorry, I got a little loud there. I'm sorry. I got a little loud there. But that's all the English translations of the light novels. And so far there's, how many? 24 volumes out, with the 25th one to come out in like a month or two from now, which I'm also very excited about because it's the last one in the arc, and it's been a really exciting arc. But that's beside the point. The exciting news that I got today is that ReZero Season 3 has finally got a date of when it's going to air. At least when it's going to air its first episode, which will be a 90-minute feature-length episode of ReZero, which I am so excited for. I'm so excited to watch that. I tried to tone down my Japanese, I don't want to say weeb. I'm not a weeb, but me saying I'm not a weeb makes me sound like a weeb. I try to keep that to a minimum when talking to you, but something about research just brings brings it out of me. I'm so excited that they're doing a feature-length first episode for ReZero. It's going to be adapting, so Season 1 is probably about up to... Where is it? Season 1 is probably about up to here. Book 9. And it adapts to the first 9 volumes. Then Season 2 adapts volumes 10 to 15. So we're only about up to here on the shelf. I realise that's probably in the way. And then, so now, Season 3 will cover from book 16 to at least book 20, would be my guess. However, there's speculation that it will be even up to the last book that is yet to come out in English. There's rumours circulating that ReZero will have 2 arcs done, and if it does, I'm gonna be a very happy boy, because that's a lot more ReZero than I was expecting, and any ReZero makes me happy. I actually have a pretty good, another pretty good memory with one of my mates who doesn't watch a lot of anime. He's not really an anime connoisseur, if you will. But he one day was like, I want to watch something. And so we sat down and watched the first 2 seasons of ReZero. And he absolutely loved it. I really liked being able to share something that I liked with him, especially since he wasn't really someone I would have thought that would be into stuff like that. And so yeah, one of my oldest friend that I've known since I was like 4, and then this other mate who had never seen anything like ReZero before decided to watch it all together. And watching him react to some of my favorite parts in the show, in the anime, is quite some good memories for me. It's not the first time he's done like something like that for me before. He's also played some of my favorite video games and streamed it to me and let me watch him go through like the story of some of my favorite video games before. He's a really cool dude. You gotta appreciate your friends, right? I think that's where I'll leave this. Make sure you appreciate your friends. You know, you may not have a lot, or you may have too many, but you should always appreciate your friends, right? Well, have you fallen asleep yet? I don't want to be too loud now, just in case you have fallen asleep. But I'm probably gonna leave you be now. Let you actually go to sleep and not be bothered. I'll let you actually go to sleep and not be bothered. If you're still with me, just